Hey, this is Russ. Yeah, I got another bike to show you. Let me show you what I got. Yeah, this is the Euphree City Robin X. Why X? Because there's a City Robin. Yeah, they've improved the bike. And they still have the regular City Robin still available, but this is the better version of it. Yeah, City Robin X. Yeah, I had a good talk with the marketing / sales rep, and then I had a good talk with the owner of the company. Yeah, I really appreciate it when the companies actually reach out and talk to me and tell me a little bit more about their company. So yeah, thank you to them. I really appreciate that. And this is a nice looking bike. You know, I say that for a lot of my bikes, and here's the reason I say that is because I kind of handpick these bikes. You know, bikes are offered to me and I don't take most of them. And I only accept ones that I think have some merit. And so I had heard of the Euphree brand before, and I said, yeah, I would like to try this one out. So my wife and I took a look at it, and we said, well, which one of these would we like? And originally she said, get the emerald green, but I opted for this blue bike instead. I don't know what they call it. Is it royal blue? I can never remember. Yeah, they have a blue one, they have a green one, they have a white one. They have a black one. So, yeah, I like this blue. We both like it a lot. I'll give you an overview first before we start talking about what the bike actually offers. Now, I do have some additional accessories on here that are not normally part of the bike, but they were given to me by the company, and I appreciate that very much. Now, I know a number of you guys who are normal viewers of Russ is Right is going to ask me, did it give you a second battery? Yes, they did. Yeah, so we will be able to ride a little bit farther with this bike. So, yeah, this is an interesting bike. This is a 500 watt motor bike with a peak of, I think, 900 watts, if I'm not mistaken. And it's got the Shimano freewheel in there. And the derailleur, however, is made by MICROSHIFT. Yeah, it's a MICROSHIFT derailleur. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. And then the derailleur shifter is a trigger shifter. And I like the trigger shifters, as you know. All right, we've got a lot to cover on this bike, so let me get right to it. Let's talk about the accessories first. Let's talk about the stuff that normally doesn't come with the bike. You might notice that I have a front basket here. This does not come with it, but it was given to me. I put a water bottle holder onto this. I just zip tied it to it. Now, they do give you a couple of different areas you can put a water bottle. You can put it right down here. You can put it here where I have a Euphree lock here. I wanted to put the lock on here. This is also does not come with it. It's a folding style lock with a combination on here. I didn't want to put the water bottle here because you know, to step over this is harder if you have the water bottle in this area. So I decided the best thing for me is just put it up on the basket, and I've done this for many of my bikes before. Works for me, you know. You can do that too, or you can put it where it's designed to be put. So yeah, this does not come with it. The rear basket also does not come with it, but I appreciate they gave it to me. This actually is a basket. You see they actually have a handle here. This basket dismounts. I'm going to show it on a separate video. I can't really hold this and hold the camera and do it at the same time with only one hand, so I'll put a separate video to show you that. But it's removable. So the rear rack is part of the frame, if you notice, which makes it extremely capable of hauling heavier weight. We'll put all the specs and everything up on the graphics so you can see it. I don't remember most of these things. You know, there's so many things, so I can't recall everything. But it is a 500 watt motor that peaks out higher. It has an 85 Newton meter torque, and this also was extra. This is their deluxe saddle. This is made by Velo. Very cushy, very, very cushy. And what comes standard is a Suntour NCX saddle seat post. Sorry, seat post. And I'm telling you, between the cushiness of this and the bouncing of this, man, it is so smooth. It is so smooth. I really like it. What else doesn't come with it? We'll talk about what comes with it. This doesn't come with it, but this does, okay? So there is an ability to put a cell phone right onto the handlebar stem, but the cell phone mount is there, but the cell phone case is not, because they don't know what cell phone you use. So I wasn't going to ask them for one, because as you know, I'm planning to get rid of this particular cell phone when the new iPhone 15 comes out. And but they did say, go ahead and just tell us what it is, because we'll get you another one when you get that new phone. So so thank you to them. They gave me this one. This is an old iPhone 6s Plus. Yeah, I have a very old phone. It's time to upgrade. So this year we will do the upgrade, but it's going to need a different phone mount, phone case, because it is, you know, different size. These are really thin. New phones are thicker. So the case is extra. What else? Oh man, there's so much stuff on this thing. Oh, the side view mirror is extra too. They gave this to me too. This is the first time I've actually had one on the side of the handlebar. It works out pretty good. Yeah. My other ones usually are mounted way up over here and then they swing out, but this is right up on the end of the handlebar. And if you notice the handlebar too, it is different than all the other bikes that I have. This thing curves towards you. Very comfortable feel. I mean, I feel like I'm sitting upright and the handlebars are just right there for me. I don't have to reach out to get it. So very nice. It's a left-handed mounted throttle. Now some people have a hard time with this because they're used to right-hand throttles, but look at all the stuff on the right side. So yeah, you just have to get used to it. I have several bikes now that have a left-handed throttle, so I'm used to it now. It's not a problem. It's just you got to play with it and you get used to it. This is the controls here. So on-off is right here. And I know we got very bright sun here, so it's very hard to see. It just says welcome when it starts up. And then there is a lot of different information here. Now, you may think that this is small, but it's actually very bright for us to be able to see. I'll go into, you know, on the camera it's very hard to see it, but I'll go into another area and show you what it looks like, or maybe I'll take a photo of this so you can see what the screen looks like, but I can see it quite well. Tektro brakes, hydraulic brakes. Yeah, this is nice. 180 millimeter rotor down there. Quick release for the front. These are metal fenders. That comes with it. All right. What else comes with this bike? Man, there's so many things. It's a nice bike. Yeah, I like it. Let's talk a little bit about the derailleur and the problem I had with the derailleur. Now, this is not a problem with Euphree. This is a problem with shipping. All right. The derailleur guard, let me get my shadow out of here. The derailleur guard had gotten pushed in. And so, of course, that messed up the derailleur and the adjustments. So I had to redo the derailleur. Not hard if you know what you're doing, but I had to disassemble the cable. I didn't pull it out. I just unscrewed it and then retensioned it, set the upper and lower limits a little bit, and so I ship perfectly fine now. It's not a problem. It's easy to do, but you know, when shipping messes you up, you have to fix it. This is not the first bike I have to do this for. I've done it for other bikes as well. So that's the one thing I think, if you get a bike and it's shipped to you, sometimes shipping damages happen. But it wasn't a damage, it was just a misalignment, because it was easy enough to move the derailleur guard. So yeah, what's my impressions of it? I've ridden this bike already a little bit. It's not like I just took it out and started talking about it. I've ridden it for a little bit, and I would tell you that the seat post is really nice. It's nice and cushy. The seat, both of the saddles, they gave me the original saddle besides this advanced one. Both of them felt really good. But man, if they're gonna give me the big one, I'm gonna put the big one on there, you know that. But man, this is really cushy. I really like it. And that Suntour seat post really makes it easy. Now, he did tell me a little backstory behind it. He said that I think it was his sister, asked him to make a bike for her. This is before he actually had the company. And she told him, you know, the specifics of what she wanted. She wanted something really cushy. She didn't want to feel the bumps and stuff. So that's when he decided all bikes will have the Suntour seat posts. These are better. These are not ones that just go up and down. They kind of compress and they move backwards a little bit. So I can't do it, of course. I don't have enough weight here right now just pushing on it. But it'll move backwards and down. So very smooth, very natural feeling. So yeah, this is a nice bike. Oh, here's the folding lock. Let me see if I can show you this. I'm trying to hold this with one hand, but it's one of these locks that, you know, fold out, and then there's a combination on here too. So you can put your own combination on there and then lock up your bike. Let me see. Trying to do this all with one person is kind of hard. Sorry for the bouncing around there. Trying to hold the camera and refold this lock here. So it's easy to put on because the mount makes it easy. You just slide it on there and it stays in place. That's a great place to put it. So at least you can carry a lock with you all the time. There is an adjustable handlebar stem right here too, as you can see. That comes with it. Let me talk about the headlight. This headlight is really bright. Could be very well be the brightest headlight I've ever seen that comes on a bike. I'll see if I can do a little bit of ride in the evening. I don't typically ride in the evenings, but he did point it out. I said, I'll try to ride a little bit just to show what this light can do. Because until you actually see how bright this thing is in the evening, you really can't appreciate just looking at it like this. But it's a really nice bright light on this. All right. I never ride at night. This is the first time I've ever ridden at night. But I promised Euphree that I would do a night ride for them because I felt confident enough, simply because their headlight is extremely bright. I don't know, can you see? It's lighting up the ground there for me. I can adjust the angle of this, you know, whichever way I want. I'm going forward, but also not totally up where it's going to be blinding the drivers. And of course you see the basket too. The basket is causing a shadow. If you didn't have a front basket, you wouldn't see that, of course, but we do have a front basket on this one. And I don't know if you can see too, but the display screen, of course, is lit up as well. I'm going to take a left over here. Now I am riding with my X-Nito helmet, which is, of course, lighted in the front. It's not there really for lighting up your pathway. That helmet is really just so you have visibility, so the drivers can see you. And the back of the helmet, of course, blinks a red light. So between that and the tail light that's on the bike and the headlight on the bike, I'm pretty lit up. I'm also wearing my my typical yellow safety vest. Everyone knows that I always wear that. Yeah, this is nice. There is, of course, a rear tail light as well. If you pull on the handle, the handbrakes, it will light up as well. So yeah, it's nice. So that's a quick overview of everything. The specs come out really good. I'm going to leave it to you to take a look at the specs on the spec sheets on their website. And again, of course, if you're interested in one of these bikes, go ahead and use the affiliate link in there so you can get directly there, and it helps me out as well. The front fork, of course, is a suspension front fork. So you got suspension in the front, suspension on your saddle. Really nice. Oh, did I tell you it was made in the United States? Yeah, well, actually it's assembled in the United States, I should say. A lot of bikes today come from foreign components, and then this company is a United States company, and it is all assembled in Texas. So yeah, I have a number of bikes now that have come in that are made here in the U.S., or I should say assembled in the U.S. But yeah, they do a good job. Yeah, everything was really good. I really appreciate talking to the people at Euphree too. Really nice people, and I have a feeling that they'll be around for a long time. So yeah, check out their bikes. Let's take it for a ride. Stay tuned. Okay. You might notice we're right by the area where we do the hill test. Let's do the hill test. So usually what we do is we stop right here at the bridge, and then we go for it. It's usually done with the throttle only, and then we measure how fast we go over the top of the hill. So all right, so I'm looking at the speed here. We're doing about 18.5 miles an hour going up the hill. It's going to start dropping because it always will. And we're coming up close to the top. It's slowing way down. It's slowing way down. 7.6. Now I'm going to guess that that's because the motor is a 500 watt motor that peaks at 900, whereas some of the other bikes that we've taken that's done better than this was a 750 watt motor that peaks at probably 1100 or 1200 watts, something like that. And keep in mind, as you're going over hills like that and you're really pushing this this bike at that point, you are eating a lot of battery to do that. Another thing too is the battery was only set at 70%. It was not 100%. We had been riding for a little while, so I'm sure the numbers would have been slightly better, but I don't think it would have been that much better. So just as a reference point for you guys, the fastest bikes have gone over that at 12.3 miles per hour. So we were hitting about 7.8 with this one. So a little disappointing in that sense, but on an everyday ride, you probably won't notice that. That is a fairly steep hill going up. Going over the typical hills I go over, you know, going up and down the trails, it's not a problem. That is the worst hill. That's why I always do the speed test over that particular hill. So we just went up one now, and you can't really tell that I even did any any strain at all. So if you got a big heavy hill like that, then yeah, maybe this bike will not be able to do it as much as some of the other bikes. All right, we're gonna head over to the forest preserve. So pedaling this bike is really easy. Throttling is really easy. I've had no problems at all with either thing. Keep in mind too. Sorry, it's okay. Keep in mind too that she made me lose my train of thought. Yeah, on an everyday ride, you're not going to notice that lack of ability to go over a steep hill like that. We're going up an incline right now, quite frankly, and we've got no problems doing it. But if you got an extremely hilly location, you might want to think about something that has a little more power than maybe this bike. All right, let's see. Cross here, and it looks like we can. Let's cross here while we can. Reposition the bike here. You always look at the traffic. You know, just because you have the light doesn't mean anything. Right turners can turn right into you. Left turners can turn right into you. So you always have to be careful. All right. Of course, this guy's going to be blocking my entrance. There we go. Okay, we're through. Overall, the ride is very comfortable. I think that was one of the key things they wanted to achieve, and they've definitely done it. The front suspension is adjustable. Now a lot of times the lockout will adjust, but the other side where you can adjust the spring, the tension, a lot of the other bikes don't really do so well. It's kind of hard to turn it. Not so with this one. I was able to turn that thing without a problem, so I can adjust the preload. Yeah, they've been working on this path here. You can see that one side is done, the other side is not done yet. We're on the smooth side right now. It's kind of interesting. It started out on the right, now it's over actually on the left. So they left the right side open on this side, but not on the other one. I don't know how they make decisions like that, but that's beyond me. So yeah, I know that there's a speed limit on here, but we're testing the bike at this point. This is set up for 20 miles per hour, but I unlocked it for full maximum, which should make it into a class 3 style bike. But I think we can throttle past it too. A true class 3 only assists you to 20 miles per hour, and then if you want 28, you gotta pedal it. But I believe this one will allow me to throttle it as well. So when we get an open area, we'll test it out and see how fast we can really go. Okay. All right, I think we'll take it up ahead, and then we'll let her rip. See how far it goes and how fast it goes. Now again, our battery is going down, so we don't have full power left on this thing. I think we're showing 25% at this point. So it seems to have taken the battery down pretty fast, maybe a little faster than I'm used to, but again, it doesn't have a huge battery capacity. Yeah, I believe it's either 14 or 15 amp hours. Again, I'll put a graphic up. So we're coming down a slight hill. We're doing 25, 26 miles an hour. So yeah, based on the battery that's left, I don't think we are able to go more than 26 miles an hour. I think if we were at 100% battery power, we would be getting a lot more than that. Because keep in mind, your voltage will drop over time, but still very respectable for something that's only got 24% left on the battery. That's why a lot of times I like having second batteries with me. I didn't bring the second battery with me on this test. I'll do that when I do my range test of the bike, which will be done on another video down the road. It's going to be a while before I can get to that one. Unfortunately, we've got other review bikes coming in, so we've got to get those bikes first. So I'm looking at the percentage here, and the percentage basically shows what the bike is under load. So when I let up on the throttle, we're up to 41%, and you noticed I mentioned it was down to 25%. So it seems like the meter shows you what the percentage is based on the load, meaning if you're pedaling or if you're throttling, you're working it, the motor is assisting, and so it actually shows the battery dropping at that point. That's actually the true reading of what the battery's doing. So that's actually kind of nice. Kid had a hoverboard. I haven't seen hoverboards in a long time. Yeah. So what do I think about this bike? It's a nice bike. Yeah. Here's the advantages that I see. You have a US company. If you have a problem, you could ask for help. The bikes are also sold in stores besides online. So you could try to find a Euphree dealer. I think we may have one or two in our area here. So if you've got a problem, you have someone who'll help you fix your bike. That's kind of important. Another thing is warranties are very good. I'll put the warranty on the screen here for you. So they guarantee their motor's a little bit better than some of the other companies. It's a very comfortable bike. Like I said, I am sitting totally straight up and down. So it's got nice riding position. Trying to find the right word for it. I like the fact that the handlebars curve downward towards me, so I'm not leaning towards the front to try to grab the handlebars. It's a very comfortable feel. At first I wasn't sure because it angles a little bit, but I've gotten used to it. It's not bad. And the throttling with the left hand, throttle's right there. It makes it really easy to do a thumb throttle. So it was a good choice, I think, going to the thumb throttle rather than a half twist on this one. I of course like the thumb throttles anyway, but even if this is your first bike and you haven't done either one, I think you'll find it's real easy. You just kind of lay your hand down here, push down a little bit. I'm throttling at the moment. I can pedal too. A lot of times I throttle and pedal, but of course that eats into your battery and your range when you use a lot of throttling. Or the higher your pedal assist levels are set and you use that, it's going to eat into your range. So if you want more range, you want to keep the pedal assist as low as you can go without feeling like you aren't getting any assist. There's five levels of pedal assist on this bike. But I think you can adjust that because I saw in the advanced settings there was some adjustments that could be done. Anyway, if you like this bike and you want to get one of these things, take a look at the affiliate link inside the description of the video. That helps me out. And yeah, put some comments of what you think of the bike. It's a nice looking bike, rides really well. You got a company that'll back you up. So yeah, very nice. Anyways, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll talk to you guys next time.